myself is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe. It is impossible that anything should come to me unbidden by myself. It is impossible that anything should come to me unbidden by myself. Even in this world, it is I who rule my destiny. What happens is what I desire. What happens is what I desire. What does not occur is what I do not want to happen. This must I accept. This must I accept. What happens is what I desire. What does not occur is what I do not want. What does not occur is what I do not want to happen. This must I accept. This must I accept. For thus am I led past this world to my creations. Children of my will, children of my will. In heaven where my holy self abides, where my holy self abides. With them and him who has created me. Myself is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe. You are the self whom you created, son. You are the self whom you created, son. Creating like yourself and one with you. You are the self whom you created, son. Creating like yourself and one with you. Oh, you are the self whom you created, son. Creating like yourself and one with you. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union. You're myself, which rules. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union with my own, which can but offer glad assent to yours, that it may be extended to itself. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union with my own, which can but offer glad assent to yours, that it may be extended to itself. Myself is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe. What does that mean? Well, he says it really well in the prayer, you are the self whom you created, son. Talking to God, the son talking to God. You're the self whom you created as me, the son. created like yourself and one with you. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union with my own. Wow. Are we letting God live through us? Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union with my own, which can but offer glad assent to yours, that it may be extended to itself. What a prayer. Myself as ruler of the universe, it is impossible that anything should come to me unbidden by myself. Even in this world, it is I who rule my destiny. What happens is what I desire. What does not occur is what I do not want to happen. This must I accept, for thus am I led past this world to my creations, children of my will, in heaven where my holy self abides with them and him who has created me. Let's have that. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Let's let that happen. Let God's will be working through us today as we recognize the awesome power that we will wake up to. It's already ours. We're already part of it. You might as well live it consciously and not dream a dream of pain and disconnection and separation and sacrifice and all those terrible things that lead to fear and death and anger and upset. Okay, our associated reading, back a couple pages, is What is Sin. Before I read it, let me just tell you, I'm Miracle Willie or Forgiveness Willie. Miracles are based on forgiveness. Teaching forgiveness from the Ozarks. Thank you for joining me. Here for lesson 253 out of A Course in Miracles. We're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version. Here for Wednesday, September the 10th of 2025. Myself as ruler of the universe. I'm sitting in front of some Lamb's Quarter Chenopodium album, and I've been watching the honeybees work the flowers, the Apis mellifera. At Lamb's Quarters, let me just tell you real quick, is good for food. Particularly when it's young, but even the leaves at mature state can be eaten. They're green. Make them steam them up and eat them green. They're high in nutrients, lots of minerals and vitamins. People have used them for years for anemia because they're so rich in stuff that helps the red blood cells, I guess. That they've been used for diarrhea and for stomach aches. They've been used on the skin for poultices, for insect bites, and for skin irritations. They've been used as mouthwash for toothaches. They've been used for a lot of things. And so I sat down in front of some because the honeybees are working them so much today. And they don't usually, I don't notice that very often. Or I haven't noticed it before. They probably do it every year. But Lamb's Quarter is not one of those plants that is, it usually is wind pollinated. So I don't know what the bees are getting out of it. Maybe pollen. It looked to me like they were getting some pollen out of it. But I don't know for sure. I just thought it'd be nice while I'm sitting here, you could watch the honeybees. You'll have to look pretty close, but they're all over it. Okay, let's go look at our associated reading. What is sin? Sin is insanity. It is the means by which the mind is driven mad and seeks to let illusions take the place of truth. And being mad, it sees illusions where the truth should be and where it really is. Sin gave the body eyes, for what is there the sinless would behold? What need have they of sights or sounds or touch? What would they hear or reach to grasp? What would they sense at all? To sense is not to know, and truth can be but filled with knowledge and with nothing else. The body is the instrument the mind made in its efforts to deceive itself. Its purpose is to strive. Yet can the goal of striving change, and now the body serves a different aim for striving. What it seeks for now is chosen by the aim the mind has taken as replacement for the goal of self-deception. Truth can be its aim as well as lies. The senses then will seek instead for witnesses to what is true. Sin is the home of all illusions which but stand for things imagined, issuing from thoughts that are untrue. They are the, in quotes, proof that what has no reality is real. Sin, in quotes, proves God's Son is evil, timelessness must have an end, eternal life must die. And God himself has lost the Son he loves with but corruption to complete himself. His will forever overcome by death, love slain by hate, and peace to be no more. A madman's dreams are frightening, and sin appears indeed to terrify. And yet what sin perceives is but a childish game. The Son of God may play he has become a body, prey to evil and to guilt, with but a little life that ends in death. But all the while his Father shines on him and loves him with an everlasting love, which his pretenses cannot change at all. How long, O Son of God, will you maintain the game of sin? Shall we not put away these sharp-edged children's toys? How soon will you be ready to come home? Perhaps today? There is no sin. Creation is unchanged. Would you still hold return to heaven back? How long, O Holy Son of God? How long? Okay, and let's go back and look in our text reading for today, and we're ready for paragraph 10 in chapter 27, the healing of the dream, Roman numeral 7, the dreamer of the dream. But let's start back in paragraph 8. And be sure to do your lesson long before we read the text. Let me just remind you, myself as ruler of the universe, that's not a statement of arrogance. That's a statement of integration and of perfection, of reality. So don't let your sense of being humble, which it's a nice thing to be humble from the ego's perspective, but recognize that you're very, very, I don't know what the word is, incredible, one with God. Your will united with God. Myself as ruler of the universe, be sure to do your 2 longer practice periods, morning and evening, for as long as you want. You don't have to use the clock anymore. Just stay tuned in until you get what you need in your longer meditations. And then your short ones, take a minute or so during the day, every hour of the day, the top of the hour if you can, but each hour, remind yourself, myself as ruler of the universe. Give God thanks for something. Make sure you're at peace. Ask him for guidance. And be about your Father's business. Paragraph 8. No one can waken from a dream the world is dreaming for him. He becomes a part of someone else's dream. He cannot choose to waken from a dream he did not make. Helpless he stands, a victim to a dream conceived and cherished by a separate mind. Careless indeed of him this mind must be, as thoughtless of his peace and happiness as is the weather or the time of day. It loves him not, but casts him as it will in any role that satisfies its dream. So little is his worth that he is but a dancing shadow, leaping up and down according to a senseless plot conceived within the idle dreaming of the world. This is the only picture you can see, the one alternative that you can choose, the other possibility of cause, if you be not the dreamer of your dreams. You understand that? If we're not the dreamer of the dreams, then it's being done to us. And this is what you choose if you deny the cause of suffering is in your mind. Be glad indeed that suffering is in your own mind, for thus are you the one decider of your destiny in time. Myself as ruler of the universe. Even in the world of illusions, you get to decide. The choice is yours to make between a sleeping death and dreams of evil, or a happy wakening and joy of life. Paragraph 10. What could you choose between but life or death, waking or sleeping, peace or war, your dreams or your reality? There is a risk of thinking death is peace, because the world equates the body with the self which God created. There is a risk in thinking death is peace, because the world equates the body with the self which God created. Yet a thing can never be its opposite, and death is opposite to peace because it is opposite of life, and life is peace. Awaken and forget all thoughts of death, and you will find you have the peace of God. Yet if the choice, okay, just a minute here, Yet if the choice is really given you, then you must see the causes of the things you choose between exactly as they are and where they are. Paragraph 11. What choices can be made between two states, but one of which is clearly recognized? Who could be free to choose between effects when only one is seen is up to him? An honest choice could never be perceived as one in which the choice is split between a tiny you and an enormous world with different dreams about the truth in you. The gap between reality and dreams lies not between the dreaming of the world and what you dream in secret. They are one. The dreaming of the world is but a part of your own dream you gave away and saw as if it were its starting and ending both. And they are one. They are one. The dreaming of the world is but a part of your own dream you gave away and saw as if it were its starting and ending both. Yet was it started by your secret dream, which you do not perceive, although it caused the part you see and do not doubt is real, your inner thoughts. That's why we want to take these longer practice periods and these hourly remembrances to get in touch with what we've been dreaming. He calls it our secret dream. How could you doubt it while you lie asleep and dream in secret that its cause is real? 12. A brother separated from yourself, an ancient enemy, a murderer who stalks you in the night and plots your death, yet plans that it be lingering and slow. Of this you dream. Yet underneath this dream is yet another, in which you become the murderer, the secret enemy, the scavenger and the destroyer of your brother and the world alike. Here is the cause of suffering, the space between your little dreams and your reality, the little gap you do not even see, the birthplace of illusions and of fear, the time of terror and of ancient hate, the instant of disaster, all are here. Here is the cause of unreality, and it is here that it will be undone. 13. You are the dreamer of the world of dreams. No other cause it has, nor ever will. You are the dreamer of the world of dreams. No other cause it has, nor ever will. Nothing more fearful than an idle dream has terrified God's Son and made him think that he has lost his innocence, denied his Father, and made war upon himself. So fearful is the dream, so seeming real, he could not waken to reality without the sweat of terror and a scream of mortal fear, unless a gentler dream preceded his awakening and allowed his calmer mind to welcome, not to fear, the voice that calls with love to waken him, a gentler dream in which his suffering was healed and where his brother was his friend. God willed he awaken gently and with joy, and gave him means to waken without fear. That's why we practice forgiveness, because it allows us to begin to awaken without fear. Accept the dream he gave instead of yours. In other words, dream the dream of forgiveness instead of the dream that you're a victim and that you need to protect yourself by attack. Accept the dream he gave instead of yours. It is not difficult to change a dream when once the dreamer has been recognized. That'd be us. Rest in the Holy Spirit and allow his gentle dreams to take the place of those you dreamed in terror and in fear of death. He brings forgiving dreams in which the choice is not who is the murderer and who shall be the victim. In the dreams he brings, there is no murderer and there is no death. The dream of guilt is fading from your sight, although your eyes are closed. A smile has come to lighten up your sleeping face. The sleep is peaceful now, for these are happy dreams. Dream softly of your sinless brother, who unites with you in holy innocence. And from this dream the Lord of heaven will himself awaken his beloved Son. Dream of your brother's kindness Instead of dwelling in your dreams on his mistakes. Now know that you're really making some headway. When you start dream of your brother's kindnesses, instead of dwelling in your dreams on his mistakes. Select his thoughtfulness to dream about, instead of counting up the hurts he gave. And of course, this is during the day. That's why every hour of the day you want to do these practice periods. In that longer period, morning and evening, take those people that you've been counting their hurts they've been giving you and start imagining, dreaming about their thoughtfulnesses and the kindnesses. Forgive him his illusions and give thanks to him for all the helpfulness he gave. And do not brush aside his many gifts, because he is not perfect in your dreams. He represents his Father, whom you see as offering both life and death to you, which God doesn't offer both life and death, does he? In the last paragraph, 16, brother, he gives but life. Brother, God gives but life. Yet what you see as gifts your brother offers represents the gifts you dream your Father gives to you. Wow, you're seeing God in your brother. Let all your brother's gifts be seen in light of charity and kindness offered you. And let no pain disturb your dream of deep appreciation for his gifts to you. Wow. And let no pain disturb your dream of deep appreciation for his gifts to you. So when something is kind of disturbing you, step back, let God lead the way. Try to think of a possibility of how it might be helping you. Begin to dream about, well, I guess I can learn now that I'm feeling kind of yucky right now. I can realize that this is not my identity. My brother's helping me to remember that there's a deeper part of me. I'm holding him in a place of alienation, not one with God. You kind of reason it out, think about it, dream it with the forgiven world as your motivation. Okay, you may not know specifically how he's helping you, but you can have faith that it's happening, and then eventually you'll see how it's happening. If you stick with it, prove it to yourself. Myself is ruler of the universe. Okay, what's going on around the world as far as holidays and observances today? I found another place for Shia Muslims that it's Malwlid al-Nabi, if I'm pronouncing it right, Malwlid al-Nabi, which is Prophet Muhammad's, blessed be his name's, birthday. We talked about the Sunnis the other day. These are the Shia Muslims. So maybe there's a few days apart on this. Sankashti Chaturthi, which is a Hindu celebration of the god Ganesh, the elephant god. Ganeshiri is the female counterpart. I think that's how you pronounce it. Out of holidays and observances, I found Blame It on the Large Hadron Collider Day. Kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing, but it's better to blame another person, huh? International Creepy Boston Dynamics Robotic Horse Day. International Makeup Day. That could be taken two ways, either putting makeup on or make up for some something that where there's an alienation between you and your brother. And oh, look here, one of my little cats. First day she's been outside, a little kitten. This is Moonlight. Anyway. Hot Dog Day, So Be It, and that's SEW, so I guess it's Sewing Bee Day. Swap Ideas Day, and remember, when you swap ideas, you don't lose the idea yourself, and it increases because you gave it away, and somebody else has it, and if they accept it with joy, it makes you feel like more empowered. So it increases it in many ways this is the principle in Course in Miracles: give what you want away. So Swap Ideas Day, TV Dinner Day, and World Suicide Prevention Day. And out of our edible landscaping, we've got another hardy male kiwi. I think it's the last one they've got listed. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But it says here that I've got a cat right in my Okay, you're going to have to move. 7432 Hardy Male Kiwi. Selection from Chico, California in 1974. Blooms a few days earlier than 7446. Pollinates all our hardy female varieties, zones 5 through 8. Spaced 15 foot apart on 6-foot trellises. It's an Actinidia arguta. And our word for peace, we're going to take it from the Avestan language in Iran. That's the language of the Zoroastrians. And I don't know that it's actually spoken anymore. It may still be a religious language. I'm not sure. But the word was Aysti. And I'm thinking that would be Aysti. Now, that's how I'm going to say it, Aysti. Okay, let's see. Let's see if my cat will Moonlight let me. She likes to sit on my lap. She likes to sit on anybody's lap. Myself is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe. It is impossible that anything should come to me unbidden by myself. Even in this world, it is I who rule my destiny. What happens is what I desire. What happens is what I desire. What does not occur is what I do not want to happen. What does not occur is what I do not want to happen. This must I accept, for thus am I led past this world to my creations. For thus am I led past this world to my creations. Children of my will, in heaven where my holy self abides. Where my holy self abides with them and him who has created me. Myself is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe. You are the self whom you created, son, creating like yourself. Creating like yourself and one with you. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union with my own. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union with my own. Which can but offer glad assent to yours, that it may be extended to itself. Myself is ruler of the universe. 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 Okay, well, thank you all so much for joining me, and we'll just say, Moonlight, say goodbye. What's Jessica call these kind of cats? A tortoise shell? Thank you all so much for joining me. Myself is ruler of the universe. Aysti. Aysti.